Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Alex from CodingTuts, and welcome back to a brand new tutorial. And so basically I've been having a really hard time trying to figure out what I should record, so you can always help me out by commenting down below. But I decided that I'm gonna start a new series in which I think it's gonna be a little bit more interesting than any other series that I've ever done before. So basically you're gonna be involved 50% in this series. So this is what we're gonna be doing. We are going to be creating a website that I plan one episode. So let's say I plan the header, and then I ask you to leave a suggestion down below what you want me to do, and you're gonna leave a suggestion, and I'm gonna pick one random comment. It might be actually the most rated one. But yeah, so I'm gonna do one tutorial basically, and then you're gonna tell me what I should code, and I will code that part that you want me to do with the website. And basically, you can you can give me links to like other websites and say try and recreate like that slideshow or slider or like that drop down menu or like whatever. So basically, the possibilities are infinite, so we can do whatever we want. So it's gonna be really cool, guys. Hope you guys get involved. Pretty much. So yeah, let's get right into tutorials. So I've decided to create a modern website, so keep that in mind when you're suggesting. And so this is the color scheme that we're going to be using. I did not create this color scheme. I actually copied it from color.adobe.com, which is an absolute fantastic website. You can go ahead and choose your color scheme before starting a website because that's very important. But yeah, so I've decided to go with these colors. It looks really cool. Like they're all blue and white, but I think it's gonna be an epic website. So yeah, let's get right into the tutorial. So I've actually created a folder called Simply Modern because that's what our website is going to be called. And I've created the CSS, JavaScript, and I've created an images folder, which is not yet, which is empty. Alright, so let's begin. So we always start out our HTML with the doc type because we're defining what's the doc type. And then we open our HTML tag, close it. Open our head. Alright, so the title is going to be Simply Modern. There we go. Close the title. And then I want to link the CSS. Alright, so I'm going to link our CSS. That is a style sheet. The type is text/CSS. And the source it's located in CSS. Index.css, right? Yep, exactly right. Alright, close that tag, and I'm gonna test actually if it works. I'm gonna do body background color like red, let's say. Refresh, and yep, as you can see, it works. Alright, well, before we continue on with creating the elements of the website, we need to get our essentials. Let's put it that way. So actually I'm gonna first open the body tag, and what I mean by essentials is getting the fonts, getting the icons, and getting jQuery, of course. So we're gonna be getting our fonts from Google Fonts. So since it's a modern website, I decided to go with Railway. We used that in my previous series, which was the Triple H one, which is amazing. So we might need regular, we're gonna need semi-bold, and we're gonna need extra light. Alright, it says moderate, but we're not gonna be uploading it, so it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. And now I want to paste it in before our CSS file so I can actually use it in our CSS file, so I can actually overwrite it. I'm just gonna put it like this because I like it that way. And you know what? I am gonna style it. Do it exactly like the other tags. So style sheet type equals text/CSS, and there's the href. Nice. All right, I'm gonna close this off. Next thing we need is our icons. So ionicons.com is an amazing website where you can go ahead and download 100% free and open source icons. There's also even a CDN, so you don't have to download it. You just have to scroll down and copy this. Now we're gonna paste it in, and we're gonna paste it above our. Actually, it doesn't really matter, but we're gonna paste it above our fonts. Actually, below our fonts, just in case. So link rel style. Okay, now I see that there's one more space here that we don't need. Style sheet type equals text / CSS, and the href is the link that we copied. Alright, so I'm not going to be closing this because we're going to be browsing through the icons later on in this tutorial. But the next thing we want is actually jQuery. So I'm going to scroll down and import jQuery 3.0 from the Google CDN. And this is what I like to do. I like to leave one line empty before my other HTML code. So as you might actually know, it's good practice to have your JavaScript files like at the very bottom of the HTML. So that's what I'm going to be doing. HTML import, JavaScript import, sorry. And now we are gonna paste in our code. Now we also want to import index.js. So script source, it's located in JavaScript index.javascript, and close it off. So now if you want to see, now to test that we've actually imported jQuery and our index.js, we're gonna write a simple code. Oops, not CSS. A simple code that is just gonna load something. So body dot, well, not body, document dot ready function, and then we're just gonna alert something random. Let's see if we have it. Okay, we're having some network issues, so I'll be right back. And there we go. We can see that we've imported jQuery and we've also imported index.js. Alright, perfect. So now our next website that you see in my tabs is unsplash.com. So it's an amazing website where you have like unlimited free images that you can do basically whatever you want with them. So and they're actually pretty professional. Like, look at this, like, it's free. Can you imagine? You just click on download and you save the image. I mean, wow. But yeah, so it's a really amazing site. So that's where we're actually going to be taking our images from, and it's just the same. It's just a shame of seeing these users get burnt. But anyways, so I'm gonna close this for now, and I'm gonna continue with the website. All right. So now that we've set up our essentials, for HTML, we need to set up our essentials for CSS. And what I mean by that is setting our default font sizes, default colors, and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna write real quick essentials CSS. Actually, only essentials. Then I'm gonna write our body and remove the margin. There we go. Now I want to target well, alright, so I want to target the paragraphs only. So I'm sorry for the pause, but I want to target the paragraphs. So actually no, you know what? I don't need to target the paragraphs. I'm just gonna put it in the body right here. So I'm gonna write basically one paragraph with a break, close the P, one H1, close H1. And that's really good practice to do when you're starting a website, to check your defaults. I'm gonna go all the way to H3, H6, H5, and finally H6. There we go. Now I also want a link that is going to do absolutely nothing. Hello, no, just click me. And yeah, there we go. Alright, so now I want to see how the default look is gonna look for these elements. So I want the color to be 333 of the text. Alright? I want the font family to be Railway sans serif. The font size, well, I'm not going to default it, set it right now because I have H1 tags. So look what happens if you set the font size to like 16 pixels. Everything is going to become 16 pixels. Well, actually, no, it doesn't. Alright, cool. But yeah, I'm going to just do font weight of 400. Right? Okay. And I want the letter spacing to be like 1.8 pixels. Let's check this out. Let's check 1.45. Okay, that looks way better. And I want our line height over here, as you can see, to be, well, line height. Let's do 1.5. Okay, that is way too much. 1.3. No, 1.4. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. So the next thing we want to do is, so look, see this margin over here between the H tags? I want to remove that. So I'm going to target all H tags, so H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6, and I'm going to remove the margin. We can always go ahead and overwrite that later on in our same CSS folder, but it's a really good practice to have it set as default. Something like normalized CSS, if you know what that is. So now I want to give default look to the links. So I'm not going to set a color because some links you want to make them look like normal text, and some links you want to make them look like you should click on them. So I'm just going to say text decoration, none. I'm going to do the same for visited. Text decoration, none. Okay, looks pretty good. Now what we want to do is we want to set our clear fix. So if you don't know what a clear fix is, make sure to go ahead and check out my tutorial where I explain the CSS, where I show you how to create a CSS grid system using floats. So I'm gonna set it real quick. Clear fix. It has to be a pseudo element. It's gonna be after. And then it's gonna be content nothing, display table, oh no, table, and then it's gonna clear both left and right, so clear both. Oh, sorry that I resized, moved my window. There we go. Alright, perfect. Now one last thing, I'm gonna actually open a file of mine, text edit, which is which is in my desktop, and it's in text files. So I'm gonna go ahead and open, where is it? There we go. I'm gonna open this, and I'm gonna search for display table because I'm not really sure. Okay, that's good. I'm not really sure if it needed any prefixes. But another thing that I want to do is I want to find selection if there is. Oh, hold on. Really? Nothing? Okay, so I'm not sure what it was for selection, so I'm gonna go ahead and check it out because I want to make it cross-browser. Selection, so it requires Moz. It only requires Moz, which is pretty good. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. Right below our, right below our body, we're gonna say selection. Background color is gonna be 333, and then color, I want the color of the text to turn into white. So check out what this does. It looks really cool like this. But since we want to make a cross browser, we should add our Moz because it's required for Mozilla, and basically write the whole same thing. Background color 333, and color FFF. Refresh, and we see that we're good to go. Alright, so these are the essentials. I think that it's really good practice to do this before you start every single project of yours. So now I'm gonna go ahead and delete all this. Alright, so since there isn't a lot of time for me to show you what I'm planning on doing, with a wireframe, I think that I should explain what works. So basically, right now, I'm gonna create a simple header with only a navigation, with only a hamburger menu, without actually adding the effect of the menu, which is going to be a slide menu, and we're going to do that in the next episode. So I want you to guys recommend me something like a cool feature that you see in modern websites a lot. You can either give me a link or just like kind of say it with words, just write it down. But yeah, so we're gonna add the functionality of our header in the next tutorial because I don't want to make this tutorial like 40 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna now continue with the coding. So the whole header is gonna be inside a header tag, and inside that header tag there's gonna be a nav. Oh no, nav. Close our nav. And now what I want to do is I want to create one link that is going to be the logo. So it's going to go to index.html, and it's going to have a class of logo, and it's going to say simply modern. Close the link. Then another link that is just going to do absolutely nothing, which is actually going to be our hamburger menu. So it's going to have a class of ham menu. And then we also want to go to our icons and search for hamburger. And I want to copy this. And I'm going to put it in here. There we go. And I'm not going to write anything in between the A tags. Alright, so now we have our really cool hamburger menu, which is not styled. So now let's go ahead and style our header and our nav. So I'm just going to write a comment saying header CSS. And let's start. So the header is going to have a position of relative. It's going to have a display of block. The width of it is going to be 100% of the screen. And then the height is going to be 100 for height. Yeah, okay. So the background color for now, only for the testing, is going to be, let's say, this color over here. I might search for like a background image to do like a parallax effect, or maybe even search for a background video. Who knows? So there we go. Now I'm going to refresh the page, and you can see that it's 100%. Now I'm going to give it a margin bottom of like 50 pixels just so you can scroll down a little bit. Alright, there we go. So now I want to target only header nav because we can have multiple nav elements in our website. So I want to target only the navs in our header. It's going to have a position of fixed. Alright? It's going to have a position of fixed. The width of it is going to be 100%, and the height of it is going to be auto. I want the background color to be white. Oh yeah, and it's also good practice, sorry about my Spotify. It's also really good practice to say top 0 and then left 0. Alright. So, since we're going to be using floats, so basically this logo is going to be floated to the left and then this is going to be floated to the right, I'm going to add the clear fix to the nav right away. So, class equals clear fix. Alright, now let's start styling our logo. Since it's a link, we also have to target the link, and it's gonna have a color of 333, font size. Actually, I forgot to set the paragraph font size of font size 16 pixels. Right, there we go. And our link as well, for some reason. 16 pixels. There we go. Alright, so now the font size of this is going to be like 25 pixels, maybe? Maybe 22, I think 22 will be pretty good. Yeah, it is. So now I want it to have a margin left of 30 pixels and a margin right of 30 pixels as well. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's not purple because it's been visited, so I have to target logo visited, to change it. And then it's gonna have a color of 333. Alright, so now, as you can see, when you actually click on it, it doesn't turn into red, but it's also really good practice just to say logo active, just in case it doesn't turn red, color 000. And you'll see why in just a second why 000. So now, if you've watched my Triple Agent series, you're gonna know that in my last tutorial of the Triple Agent series, I actually figured out that over there the text is black, but when you hover over the links, actually the text is 333, but when you hover over the links, it turns into black. Now you barely see that effect. You barely see it. But I think it looks pretty cool and it's like really sudden and everything. So logo hover and it's gonna change its color to 000. Save it and refresh. And now let me zoom in. And you can see that when I hover over it, it changes its color. But now I want to add a little transition, like 0.2 seconds. So transition all 0.2 seconds is. Alright? So transition actually requires the prefixes WebKit, mouse, and O, so we're gonna add them real quick. Transition all 0.2 seconds is mouse transition, come on, all 0.2 seconds is, and then finally O transition all 0.2 seconds is, right? And you can see that effect is still there, but it's a little bit more calm, if that's like a good way to put it. I don't know. Alright, I'm pretty happy with it. But one last thing, I want to give it a padding top of 20 pixels and a padding bottom of 20 pixels as well. There we go. Oh wait, what? Padding top and padding bottom. Okay, so now the effect isn't, actually I don't know why it's not working right now. But, it should work when, well, not floated to the left, but when, we give padding, okay, there we go, it worked. But we're gonna give this floating right, the hamburger menu. So since it's a link as well, we're gonna have to do link as well. So ham menu link is gonna have a color of 333, and then I want the font size of it to be like 30 pixels. Alright, 32 pixels. Alright, perfect. Now I want it to be floated to the right, and then I want padding bottom to be 20 pixels, and padding, I like to put padding top before padding bottom. Padding top 20 pixels. Right, looks perfect. But then I also want to margin it, margin left 30 pixels and margin bottom 30 pixels as well. Save it and refresh. And what happened here? Right, not margin bottom, margin right. That was stupid. Okay, perfect. Oh wait. Is it 20 pixels? Because it doesn't really look like it's 20 pixels from the top and from the bottom. It just doesn't look equal to me. Oh, okay. I know why. Basically, over here, so I don't know how, I'm not really good at explaining, but the height of this nav right now is 20 pixels plus the height of the text plus 20 pixels of the padding. So the height of the text is what? Font size 22 pixels. So it's 20 plus 20 plus 22, which is 62 pixels, right? And this over here, also should equal 62 pixels. So it's 20 plus 20, which is 40. And well, we want to actually remove 32 from 62, which is 30, and we have to divide 30 into 2 for the padding top and for the padding bottom, which is 15. So instead of padding top and padding bottom of 20 pixels, we're going to do 15, and you're going to see that it gets aligned equally. Oh, okay. I did not mean it for the logo, I meant it for this, for the hand menu. Save it and refresh, and you can see that it is now both of the elements are vertically aligned in the middle, which is perfect, and it's exactly what we want. Alright, so now I don't like how there is no hover effect, and we still haven't done the visited, which is also good practice to always have it. Visited color 333, and then ham menu active color 333, and now we're gonna add the hover effect, ham menu hover color 000, but wait, I actually want this to be 000, not 333. Okay, perfect. Now let's check it out. And yeah, it turns into, well, you can't really see it, but yeah, it does turn into black. But I'm actually gonna add the transition. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy it because there's no need to write it all over again. Right here. Yeah, alright, that looks pretty good. So basically that's gonna be it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, as I said, we're gonna be finishing off the header the way I want it, or actually, you know what, you can actually recommend a way to finish off this header. Now I'm thinking of something like saying simply modern, and then like a little moto with a little arrow that keeps on bouncing. And then I also think that when you click on this hamburger menu, a slide menu comes in just like in AAA. So I think that'll be pretty cool to have, but you guys leave your suggestion down below, and also recommend like what I should do for the website, like what feature I should add. Like, by the way, we're only creating the home menu. Yeah, so yeah, I think that was pretty fun. It was, at least for me. I hope it was pretty enjoyable to watch. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to slap that like button below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.